And we thank you for joining us here on ABC 24 Weather Impact Now on a Wednesday hump day. I'm Chief Meteorologist Trevor Bruchette, joined by meteorologist Kit Thomas. Daniel McDonald has the day off, but he'll be back with you tomorrow. Some interesting changes to the forecast as we get into April 1st. By the way, no April Fools here. I tried that one year saying it was going to snow, and you can only do that really one year. So I don't have any tricks up my sleeve today, but we are going to talk about the forecast. All of this is going to be true, even though it is April Fool's Day. Tracking some possible storm chances tomorrow. Isolated at best. I don't think it's going to happen everywhere, but there could be some storms here or there. Tomorrow, they'd be those quick little downpours, almost like summertime storms, and then they'd move on. Friday looks mostly dry, but we're tracking better rain chances by Saturday. Some of those could be a little bit on the heavy side, but we do clear out in time for Easter, which is good. Going to be cooler and sunnier, but again, could be just a little bit muddy as you're undergoing those Easter egg hunts. Here's a closer look at those rain chances. 40% chance for tomorrow. That's still low, but I do think we'll have a better chance to see some of those pop-up storms here or there, especially on Thursday afternoon as we get a little more heat and we get a little more humidity. Those quick downpours could pop up. Friday looking more on the dry side, but there still could be a shower somewhere. The next 2 days, though, nothing I would probably cancel my plans for. It's just a couple of days where you could get a quick downpour at some point, and then it moves on. Saturday, obviously the better chance to see some heavy rain, maybe some thunderstorms, and that will clear out for Sunday and next week. Looking nice outside right now, enjoying the sunshine. It is warm out there. It's a little breezy. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s today, 82 at Memphis, 81 in Corinth, 83 in West Memphis, and 82 in Dyersburg and in Batesville. Checking out the radar, we've kind of dodged the rain today. We had a couple of showers down in Oxford this time yesterday, but those have stayed mainly to the south and east of our part of the Mid-South. There are a couple of showers down near Tupelo right now. They could get a little closer to Oxford here in the next little bit, but it seems like that would mainly stay east of town. And like we saw last night, once the sun sets, any shower activity is going to fizzle out. If you just missed it, Artemis 2 launched a bit ago. You can actually see it on the satellite here, a visible satellite from near Cape Canaveral. You can kind of see that line of the exhaust from the rocket right there just after 5:30 coming off of Cape Canaveral. Very cool to see if you missed it. We've got it coming up here in just a little bit. We'll check in with meteorologist Kit Thomas over at the weather-ott. Kit, I know you were very excited about this launch. We were all kind of locked in at 5:30. History in the making, and I know you've got a lot more on that coming up, but we're checking in with you right now to kind of look back on the month of March as we get into April. And as you know, it was a very warm month of March.
Yeah, and interestingly, our average temperature for the month of March was closer to our month of April normal temperature. Normally, April's average out all of the lows and highs to be about 63 degrees, and this March was only 1 degree off of that. It was 8 degrees above normal, making it the third warmest March on record, going all the way back since 1875. So year to date, we're around 50 degrees so far. That's all the highs and lows, January 1st through March 31st, and we're already ranked at the 7th warmest year so far on record. We're also in a bit of a drought. We've been talking about this for several months. We need about 5 inches to come down all at once and soak in to really help us out with that drought. About 21st dry, so not really a top 10, but still pretty dry out there. If we look at everything compared to, since 1940, this is just the data at Memphis International Airport, started in 1980. We've actually seen Marches increase about 6 degrees since 1940, so about 86 years. It has been increasing very quickly. Of course, this is tied into human-caused climate change and all of our release of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. We're seeing it happen very quickly right here in the Mid-South as our temperatures, even in March, this year included, are seeing an influence from just that trapped heat. We haven't seen anything below average at this point, which should be around 54 degrees. We haven't seen anything like that in the last few years, and it was just barely close to that. So very warm March. If this trend continues, it may feel more like June in April because most of March felt like May, Trevor.
Let's hope not. Let's hope that trend will slow down just a little bit. But yeah, very warm start to the year. We'll see what the rest of the year holds over the next couple of months. This evening, of course, warm right now. We're in the 80s. We're going to drop off to the 70s through about 10 o'clock. 75 degrees there, partly cloudy. And again, there could be an isolated shower for maybe the next hour or two, but that will fizzle out as the sun goes down. So it does look like we're going to be nice and dry for the overnight hours. 67 is your low in Memphis, 68 in Dyersburg, 64 in Corinth, and 65 down in Oxford. Now, tomorrow's where we start to keep tabs a little bit higher on those rain chances. We've been mostly dry for the last couple of days, just those isolated shower chances. I think tomorrow's going to be much of the same. It's going to be a mostly dry Thursday, but there could be a time in the afternoon that we get a couple of those thunderstorms to develop. So especially around 3 or 4 o'clock, once we get into the heat of the day, a little more humidity gets in here. It could certainly provide the chance for an isolated pop-up storm or two. But again, most of the day looks dry, and even if you do see a pop-up thunderstorm, it would be very isolated, and it certainly would not last long. Winds also going to be a little breezy tomorrow, could be up to about 30 miles an hour. And again, that's just going to bring in more warm air, more humid air ahead of this storm system that could allow some of those quick isolated thunderstorms to develop. Still not expecting, again, a washout tomorrow. I think most of us are going to be dry, but as we go into the afternoon, again, we get into the heat of the day. There's 2 or 3 o'clock, a couple of those isolated dots on the radar. And again, these would be very quick downpours if they do develop. And then as the sun sets, they will fizzle away yet again. Now, as we go into Friday, kind of the same thing. I expect less in the way of rain chances Friday. So again, even on Thursday, we have a couple of chances there. But even if you do see one, it wouldn't last long. Friday, much of the same. Very isolated chances for a pop-up shower. But most of Friday is looking to be on the dry side. It's just a couple of days here as we get into more of a summertime pattern almost, where we get these quick little pop-ups where you might just want to have your umbrella on standby. Still, most of us looking dry for Thursday and Friday. Saturday going to be a different story, though. We get this cold front that swings in, and that's going to bring in some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder by the afternoon hours. We don't have any risk for severe weather, which is good. That would be all way off to our north. We're looking at areas like Indiana, Ohio for maybe some storms. But for us, this is just going to be some plain old rain, and it's mainly going to be limited to later in the day, especially as we get toward 4 or 5 p.m. We'll see some showers start to move in. So most of Saturday might actually end up dry. It's going to be later in the day that some showers roll through, and then they will clear out as this cold front passes by Saturday night. So the good news about that is it leaves us very dry for Easter Sunday. We are going to be a little cooler behind that front. Temperatures again drop to the 60s that you see there, but we are expecting dry weather for your Easter Sunday. Could be a little bit muddy though. I want to show you some storm energy, and again, this is what we look at for any kind of severe weather risk, and it's almost so low that it's not showing up. It's at the very bottom of the scale. And again, this could be enough storm energy just to get a little bit of a rumble of thunder. But as far as any severe weather risk, as far as any high winds, as far as any tornadoes, the risk for that is pretty much not there. All the wind energy that we would need for stuff like that is going to be way off to our north. And again, up into the upper Midwest, that's where we'd be expecting that. But for us, we just don't have the right combination of ingredients when you think about the wind energy and the instability to produce any severe weather. So that is good. Might have a little rain Saturday evening, Saturday night, but we are not expecting any severe weather threat. So your Easter weekend, Saturday is going to again feature some rainfall. Not expecting severe weather, but Saturday evening and Saturday night as that front slides in, it could produce some rain. And then Sunday turns out sunnier and cooler. High of 65 on Sunday with dry weather. But again, once you start to talk about the rain the day before, it could be a little muddy. So wear your Easter best, your Sunday best, except for the shoes. Might want to wear some good shoes on Sunday. Going to be a little bit muddy out there for the service or for those Easter egg hunts. Looking ahead, it is looking like we're going to start to be a little bit more warmer than usual. We kind of have been already. We're going to cool down a little bit Easter and into early next week. And then by late next week, we'll see those temperatures kind of crank on up a little bit back to the above average side of things. And then precipitation also looking like could be in a little bit more of this wet pattern, often on shower chances by the middle of April. So a pretty typical springtime pattern that we're looking at here with warm temperatures, and we get into those chances of isolated showers. Thankfully, though, like we mentioned, not expecting severe weather, but rain could still impact you. So be sure to scan that QR code right there on your screen. That's going to take you to the ABC 24 Plus app for your phone or for your smart TV. If you have a Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Samsung, scan that code there. That takes you to our app to download. It's totally free. You don't need cable or satellite. You can watch us there anytime you want. Not only our newscasts and weather coverage, but also our live radar 24/7. It's just a constant loop of the radar. So even if we're not on, you can keep an eye on the radar to show you exactly where that rain is coming in. So again, an isolated chance of some pop-up thunderstorms as we look ahead to tomorrow afternoon. They're not going to happen everywhere, but you might see a quick downpour somewhere. High of 81. 83 on Friday. Slight chance of some sprinkles then, but again, I think odds are pretty low for rain on Friday and Friday night. Saturday's the better chance to see some rain. Now, I think a good chunk of the day could end up dry. This is not going to be, I don't think, an all-day rain. We'll see some rain in the morning, and then by Saturday evening, Saturday night, is when we start to see some more of those rain chances creep in. Severe weather not expected, but we could end up with about an inch of rain Saturday evening and Saturday night with that front that is going to slide in. Easter Sunday looks great, partly cloudy and cooler, high of 65. And then next week also looking pretty good. Sunshine, highs near 70 for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a little closer to normal. And it looks like for Easter and much of next week, rain chances stay near 0. So that's a check of your local forecast. But of course, all eyes have been on space, something out of this world, for the last about 2 hours as we just witnessed the launch of Artemis 2. Meteorologist Kit Thomas going to break down that video if you missed it. And we'll also check out what's going on down there on Cape Canaveral coming up here right after this.